Welcome back. Welcome back, family. Tuned in to the first episode of Mosh Moments. I am Mosh, and this is where we reflect on ourselves, reflect with each other, uplift each other, love each other, build with each other, right? And we converse most of all with each other to reach the levels of ourselves that have gone untapped or the levels of ourselves that we want to heighten, right? We have real conversation. I'm a real person, you're a real person, and you are now tuned in, right? Song playing in the background is KF. Oh, I'm sorry. Screw that up. FKG Skyline. Right? It's just a good song to vibe out to. Vibe out to. Get your day going. Right? Get your meditations going. Get your affirmations going. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am kind. I am worthy. I am loving. I am deserving. I am worthy. All that I desire exists. I am a queen. I am love. I am joy. Right? All right. Let's get into it. So, today's Saturday, right? And it's the perfect opportunity for self-care, self-love Saturday, right? Right. I think it's perfect. So, let me get situated. Okay, there we go. But perfect for self-care and self-love Saturday. I'm kind of just sitting up here. This is my area where I love on those who have passed. I love on myself. I reach out to them, call to them for assistance and love. And, they pour into me as I pour out, right? So, yeah. Today is Self-Love Saturday, Self-Care Saturday, Self-Reflection Saturday, Self-Saturday, right? Self-deserving, self-everything, right? So with that, I had a question. What does self-love look like to you? Right? So self-love to me looks like caring for yourself. Self-care, right? Hence the self-care. So that to me just looks like loving yourself and freely just loving yourself, right? Freely loving on yourself, freely appreciating yourself, freely talking to yourself and just getting to know yourself more. And self-care and self-love even means those small things that we seem to think is so small, like getting up and doing our hair so we feel beautiful and we look beautiful, getting up and doing your workouts in the morning so you can start your day off motivated and energized, right? Your body feel good, your mind feeling good. Self-love is my bookshelf right here, reading a book, right? Reading a book. I recommend this book for everybody. 21 Days of Resilience, right? 21 Days of Resilience. So, it's reading a book, it's loving on yourself, it's being there for yourself, it's being attentive. Self-love is for loving on yourself, appreciating yourself, and being there for yourself, right? Because we can't ultimately be there for anyone else if we're not there for ourselves. So to me, that's what self love looks like. Knowing what you want, knowing what you require, knowing what you are worthy of, and not stopping until you get it. And not saying not stopping until you get it because you have to go out and get it, but in a sense you do. You have to first become what you desire and require, and then you will attract that and align with what you desire and require, right? Because ultimately when we're leading by example, whatever we are doing is going to come back to us because we have that mind frame of putting positive out, so positive will come back, right? And everybody won't be positive, but if you take positive from every situation, then you're still aligned, you're still growing, you're still on the proper things of what you need, right? So that's what self-love looked like to me. The second question was, how important is it for you to love yourself before entering a relationship? And that's a good one. How important is it for us to love ourselves before we enter a relationship. Okay, that's a heavy one because we don't always love ourselves when we get in these relationships, right? We don't always love ourselves when we get in these friendships or these situationships or whatever it is, right? So I think it's extremely important to love yourself first before you require someone else to come in and give you what you need or what you desire. It's extremely important for you to love yourself first before you are entering any relationship where you cannot give yourself what you are requiring back in return, right? So whether it's emotional stability, whether it's finances, whatever you want someone to bring to the table, you first have to hold within yourself, right? So if you want somebody to come with a full platter and laying it out on the table, you got to be willing to have a full platter to match that, right? Otherwise, the situation, the relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship with a family member, a relationship with a mentor, a relationship, anything, right? You need to bring something valuable to the table that is equivalent or at least equal to equivalent, meaning the same thing, but I meant that is heightened, so a more heightened level of what you're requiring or equivalent to what you're requiring, right? Otherwise, someone will have this and you'll have this, and then it's unbalanced. So now it's like they carrying half the load, and you, right? But if you're equivalent, you're balancing out, right? Balancing it out. And that's just me, you know. This is just my process of thinking, my perspective. Of course, if you have your own, by all means, love yourself and do you, right? But I feel like it's extremely important because we will drain ourselves if we don't love ourselves first. Because you will be with someone, you will have that friendship, and then most high forbid that those things go wrong or go sour, and then you'll start to feel sour, you'll start to feel down, right? So you will no longer feel worthy without that happiness, right? And it's scientifically proved that basically if in your mind you get used to this happiness, this glow, you get used to, this level of love that you have been vibrating on, and then when it ends or then when it goes sour, it hurts, and your mind no longer has that. So now your mind is going into panic, and it's frightened, it's fear, it has anxiety. You don't know how to act now because you're not waking up being able to have that, right? So it's extremely important for us to give ourselves that first, so we can always vibrate at that level even when those things end, right? And I speak from experience, not just from a scientific point of view. I speak from experience, okay? Because it was a time that I didn't always love myself so freely and so openly and strongly as I love myself now, right? And so when things ended with a friend or anything, it went sour, and I didn't know, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And I didn't have nobody to depend on but those in my close circle and God. And they literally revived me, and I revived myself, waking up every morning. Ultimately, even when my people wasn't around, or I wasn't on the phone, or I wasn't texting them or getting love from them, I knew I had to give it to myself. I knew I had to appreciate myself and continue to love myself and speak life into myself and read books to feed my mind. And because I had to be emotionally strong for myself, but not only myself, but for my children, right? Because mothers, fathers, ultimately, if we are not where we're supposed to be as parents, emotionally, mentally, right? Physically, even physically, because we need our health and our body and our strength to run around with our children and have fun and fuel into them, give them that fuel of love, give them that fuel of joy and happiness, right? So I would say it's extremely important. It's extremely important. And I believe the last question was, what was the last question? Wow, I definitely should have wrote these down. I don't want to exit out my video because the video might go off. But I will get back to that third question on the final, not the final, let me not say that. Honey child, it ain't gonna be a final for a long time, okay? We ain't having a finale for a long time till we get to celebrating on here, okay? So remember though, subscribe, comments down below, send it to a friend, share. Anybody who you feel can use this video to uplift them, to just pour into them. Anybody you know who's mentally not being where they're supposed to be, you seeing their energy change. They recently went through a breakup, went through a divorce, went through a hard time, went through financial hard times, any of that, right? Send it to them, uplift them, let them know that they still loved. Okay, this is their confirmation. You are still loved. You do still have value. You still have worth. You are still everything that you are meant to be. This is molding you for who you're supposed to be. This hard time that we are going through, even across America, with just this virus and everything we are going through is meant to mold everything that's coming. Believe that, affirm that. Okay, and receive that, and start vibrating at that level. Okay, because life ain't over. Life ain't over unless you give up and fail and lay down, and it's over from there. But as long as you keep going, as long as you keep motivating yourself, as long as you keep motivating others, as long as you keep loving on others, loving on yourself, it's a constant. The wheel is constantly turning, and you gonna keep going. You gonna keep striving. You gonna keep surviving, and you're going to keep living. And it's not all just about survival. We need to survive here, but it's not all about that, right? We want to vibrate. We want to be vibrant out here. We want to be surviving and smiling, surviving and, loving. So this is the video. This is the confirmation that you are the one, okay? The 2, the 3, and the 4, okay? As we all are, and as we all should feel like that, right? And I believe that is going to conclude my video. I will have another video coming soon. Okay, so I am getting better with videos. Like I said, even myself went through a little turbulence, right? Everything is all good. Everything is great. Everything is love, right? I just had to get back to, we have to take time for ourselves, and we have to love on ourselves. We have to tune the world out for a moment, right? And just appreciate ourselves and appreciate everything that we do have. And not that I've never not appreciated what I had. I just had to go deeper and go a little deeper inside and just shut the world off and shut everything off around me to tune in and tap into. Yeah, my video cut off. Don't know what just happened to the device, but I was just saying, always be grateful. Grateful is the mindset. Grateful is the perspective. Thankful. Give love, give peace, give joy, right? I will be back. Next topic is going to be even better than the one today. And it's all love. Again, peace, love, and light, family. Again, thank you for tuning into Moments with Mosh. I am Mosh. Here's where we self-reflect on love, life, our journeys. We uplift, we inspire, we encourage. And thank you for tuning in. See you next time.